fun matchup in store. It's the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. Oh no, today before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate. Spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like he talked about. But these guys, man, they are cornerstones of their offense.
To kick off, here's Braden Narvison. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team is a young quarterback. You want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
First tone of the game for James Cook. And he's halts in after about a 6-yard pickup. The stop made at the 36.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Right back to Allen. This is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They get 27 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Not the way you want to start your game, but the pick was dropped, so the opening drive continuing now with 2nd down. Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Extra man in the secondary for the Lions on this 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Look at that touch, laid on a platter for him. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. A pickup of 17. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
We give to Allen out of the shotgun. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Caught near the goal line. And he's out just before he can hit the end zone. But what a nice 1st and goal here from the 2.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Allen. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. So it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's another for him. And this time he gets in for the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, that right there, partner, that is not a team who looks like it is a steep underdog. That is exactly the type of start they needed. And gotta imagine being in their old building might be playing a part in it.
Yeah, and we know that home field advantage really benefits the defense more than the offense. As an offense, you just want to do your part. You want to light the fire and let those fans really let their voice be heard. Should benefit their defense immensely.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Blankenship all set for the kickoff. Khalif Raymond to return it. Things going well so far. And he's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their QB, now in his 8th season in the NFL.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's a dive up the middle. And it looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Then lead to some shuffled around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Back-to-back carries here. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Takes the 2nd down snap. Hits him on the in route. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that is good for Detroit 1st down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. He's dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They send the tight end in motion. Back to the well again. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They'll air it out on 3rd. That's him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll run here on 1st down. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
They're throwing it. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and long for him here. He's got his man. This is Walker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who've got to have short memories. You tell me this, too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it, because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
They call pass on 2nd and goal. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of... ball can hit the ground on this side.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and goal. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be. They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Narvison has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
Beginning this drive with a run by Allen. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. It's Allen again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throw here, 3rd down. Ooh, put some air under this one, right side. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up. But that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
The Steelers set to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. Ooh, snap came in slow, but he got it away. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 7-3 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set now. 1st and 10. Back now, pressure coming. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on first. It's 2nd down. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They bring Thomas in motion. Throwing off the play fake. Fires right away, but incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Looking in the air here. And he brings it in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 2nd quarter lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Here's Braden Narveson for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions push their lead to 3. Narveson has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25. The Steelers and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Allen. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Working now from the gun. Now here he goes. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Can't convert on 3rd. That's to the ground and incomplete.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Punt team on the field. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. And they get to this one just shy of the opposing 30-yard line. The Lions get ready to return to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. New set of downs for him from the 31. First and 10, looking to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, second and 10. They're going play action. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. They'll throw, third and long. Complete out to the right. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Lions first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. An early jump for the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter first and 5. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
They go play action on first down. Completed over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Second down now, 7 to go. Pass play now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 13 on that play. And the Lions have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10. Looking to throw here. Finds the in route complete. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and that is good for a Detroit first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Finds him quickly on the RPO. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Give now to the running back. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Lions make it a 9-point advantage. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
For the point after, here's Narvison. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game. Narvison has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Steelers and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. And this is going to take him off and across midfield there at the opposing 45. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down, play action. Connects on the crosser. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
This is Allen on 2nd. Shoots away from one. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 22 out of that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Throwing it on 2nd down. Get this one underneath to Allen. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers make it a one-score game before halftime. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. On the return, Britton Covey. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Lions and this running back headed back out for a new series. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And it'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Has it downfield, working the left. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grow their lead just before halftime.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
For the point after, here's Narvison. He hits it true, despite some issues with that snap. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game. Narvison has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. Good work so far. He's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Steelers and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. We've set it downs for him from the 31. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Here's a throw. He can run it. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To the air now on 1st and 10. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he stopped almost immediately after that catch. He's down at the 30. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to throw this from the gun. Hits his running back. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. He's keeping it. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Makes the catch. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They can touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
18-yard attempt.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7. So a 1-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the 3rd quarter. Had a 1-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. Jump off, caught by his back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll run now on second down. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Nolan Cooney on to handle this fourth down punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Punt meets him at the 28. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Steelers and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. A give to Allen out of the shotgun. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Offense to the line. 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. It's a screen play for Allen. And this certainly makes the 3rd down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. A gain of 10 right up near that marker now. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Third and a lone yard coming up. A give now from the gun. Has the 1st and more inside the 45. And he works this down to the 41. A gain of 15 there. And the Steelers have his 1st down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
So 1st down from the 41. Back-to-back carries here. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. This is Allen on the give. That play good for, looks like about 6. Second down upcoming.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll throw. On him quick, and they bring it down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Lions in the nickel. This is 3rd down. He motioned the tight end over. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. He dodged the tackle. And the Lions are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
First and 10 from the 32. Throwing off the play fake. Dumps it off to his running back. Short gain in the end to about the 36-yard line. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Back to throw now. Completed to his running back. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Got his man. Thomas has it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Lions have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Back to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right up the gut. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They give it to him again. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So even after the near turnover, Brock, offense still getting the call here. It's 4th down. Trying to push this past the marker. Escapes the defender. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Putting the tight end in motion. He gets the shot at it on 1st and goal. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. Let's examine this flag. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. So now from further back, another try. Here's 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. Hits him on the in route. And this is down all the way to the 3.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
For the point after, here's Narvison. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Narvison has it all set up for the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. Jukes away from one. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steelers and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. It is caught left side. And this this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. So we're through 3 here. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Second and 3 now.
Get in the end zone, fella.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's 2nd down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing it again here. That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He gets down inside the 35-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Sticking to the air here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Little off centers, man, just couldn't adjust to it.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. But it does force a 4th down. On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Lions ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Fights off for tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Well, he got his own miscue back, so no harm, no foul, but they are still not happy seeing him putting that football on the ground.
It's not like he just dropped it, though. Took a pretty nice hit to jar it free, but what do they teach you? When you got a nice game, what do you got to do?
Ball security, Brock, is job security.
Put that on a T-shirt.
And he's taken down at the 30. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's going to throw it. Short pass brought in. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
2nd down now. They need 7. Hand off to the back. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on 3rd. To the air on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4. And after this play, there's a Lion out there who got the worst of it. He's in some discomfort as they head out to check on him.
Step it up.
Come on, get it together.
Shut the door.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions have likely locked up the win right there. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
For the point after, here's Narvison. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. One for the win column for the Lions. And even on the road, this was a game they expected to win fairly convincingly. And I think we can say they've done just that, Brock, to the chagrin of the hometown fans who are hoping to see that upset. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from